Let me ask you something, parents. Why is it that failure in school leads to an F, but failure in real life leads to growth? It leads to success. Think about it. All the great leaders, entrepreneurs, innovators, they all failed forward. Our schools teach kids that mistakes are bad. Failure is something to avoid. But the reality is that in life, if you're not failing, you're not challenging yourself hard enough. And that means that you will never reach your full potential. And that makes sense because schools are designed not to create the next generation of leaders, even though they say that's what they're trying to do. They're really set up to create the next generation of workers. And what is valuable to employers? Workers who don't make mistakes. But you don't become a leader. You don't become a visionary, an innovator without failing. And that is where entrepreneurship comes in. It is a critical skill that helps to flip the script that failure is something to avoid. Failure is something to embrace. Welcome to Lemonade Launch, where we help raise entrepreneurial kids. And today, I'll share with you what entrepreneurship really means for kids, why it is an extremely important skill to teach early, and 5 easy ways that you could foster it at home starting today. First off, let's clear something up. Entrepreneurship for kids doesn't mean writing a 20-page business plan and pitching to investors. Although if your kid's already doing that, send me their LinkedIn. Maybe I'll invest. Entrepreneurship for kids is a mindset. It's about seeing problems as opportunities, being creative, taking initiative without waiting for permission. It is about looking forward to learning from failure rather than fearing failure. Did you know the World Economic Forum ranks problem-solving, creativity, and leadership in the top 5 skills for kids to learn by 2030? Translation, let's work out our kids' entrepreneurial muscle today so they could be successful in the future. My child is only 10 years old. Do I really have to worry about this now? Yes. A study posted in the Journal of Vocational Behavior showed that kids who were exposed to entrepreneurship between the ages of 8 and 14 were adaptable, confident, and proactive as adults. In other words, more resilient and more successful. So if you could do it for your child, if you could set them up for as much success as possible now, why wouldn't you? It's a great investment into their future. And if you want to look at it from a self-centered perspective, into your own future as well. Your kids will love you and appreciate you so much for doing this for them. They'll probably buy you that house or that car that you want. So do it for yourself if not for the kids. When you let your kids think like entrepreneurs, you raise kids who believe they can solve problems, who aren't afraid to try and fail, who can spot amazing opportunities. And when things go wrong, they bounce back easily because they've practiced it so many times. Okay, you've sold me on teaching kids entrepreneurship. How do I actually do it? Good news. You don't need a business degree or a Shark Tank set in your garage to teach your kids entrepreneurship. You have everyday moments to do that. So let's take a look at 5 doable ways that you can teach your kids at home. Number 1, ask your child questions to encourage both problem solving and creativity. If your house is anything like mine, there are always things to improve, there are always issues to resolve. Pay attention to them. Let's say next time someone spills milk, talk to your kid about it. What do you think could be done differently to this product to help prevent spillage? Is it redesigning the size of the container? Is it changing the spout? What is it? The changes that you make, are they going to work for both little kids with small hands and adults, basketball players? Is it going to work for people with disabilities? The whole point is not to get your child to come up with the most technologically advanced solution. It is really to have them think like an entrepreneur. Continue those discussions next time you go to a grocery store. Go to the milk section. Ask them, do you remember we talked about the milk product? Why do you think we purchased this one? Is it because of the design? Is the brand appealing because we trust it? Is it the ingredients that make up this product? What is it? The more questions you ask, the more natural it will become for your child to question things as well, to be on the lookout for problems and to come up with solutions. Number 2, let them start small ventures. Maybe during one of the earlier brainstorming sessions with them, they identified a problem and they're passionate about tackling it. Let them. Encourage them to pursue it, even if it seems outlandish. Why? Because it's not important whether or not they make it into $1 million business right away. Most successful entrepreneurs have many failed ventures under their belt. Let your child get some of those failures out of the way too, because it's the learning that matters, not the destination in this instance. You could always start with the classic, a lemonade stand. It's a great way to teach them the basics. You could always read about it, but it's extremely different from actually doing it. And they learn it firsthand because you go through those emotions. So once again, encourage your child to actually start those small ventures. Number 3, teach them budgeting with real numbers. Let's say they started that small venture. Sit down with them and help them think through it. Once again, ask them questions. And trust me, math for them becomes a lot more engaging when it's their money on the line. Let's say they're doing a dog treat business. Speaking of dogs, there's one right here. Sensei, come here. There he is. Thank you for saying hello to the audience. Let's say they're making treats. Talk to them about how much it costs. How much do they have to make? How much do they have to sell them for? How much are they profiting? Write it out. You don't need any fancy computers. Pen and paper will do. But it's going to hit differently when they're actually thinking about how much they're making. And of course, it's okay if a little bit is lost in the beginning. It's a learning opportunity. Maybe the next time they make a following batch, they'll adjust their pricing because maybe there were unexpected costs. They're going to learn so much from this small venture, and you talking them through the real numbers will make a huge difference. Most importantly, they're going to get excited about math. Entrepreneurship is all about actually doing it, and these small ventures will get your kids into that habit. Number 4, let your kids pitch you ideas. Pitch me on your ideal weekend. What does it look like? Maybe we'll make it happen. Pitch me on what amusement park you think should open up in our town. Pitch me on why you think we should get a puppy. This guy's name is Sensei. He's certainly lived up to that name because he teaches us a lot. Mainly patience, right, Sensei? Anyway, the whole point is to get your kids to practice public speaking, to practice putting together their ideas into an eloquent presentation, to be able to persuade, to be able to put it all together into a sales pitch. And learning how to pitch is not just for entrepreneurs. It's a valuable skill for anyone. Just think about your job. Think about getting a job. You have to sell yourself in an interview to be able to get that position. It's a really, really good skill. So once again, encourage your kids to pitch you different ideas. Number 5, praise effort, not just outcome. Life and entrepreneurship are full of setbacks. And it's important to teach your kids that trying is the win. So it doesn't matter. Praise them for courage. Praise them for the fact that they acted to begin with, when they could have just chosen to do nothing. Even if the lemonade spills, even if the sales flop, encourage them and reward their effort. Every entrepreneur knows that failure equals feedback. And what's failure plus humor? That's resilience. Again, support your child and show them that their effort is what counts. Teaching entrepreneurship to your kids isn't about getting them to that $1 million right away. It'd be nice, but it's not about that. It's about teaching them to problem solve, to think creatively, to take initiative, and to be able to bounce back from any setbacks. That resilience is key. I hope you found this video helpful and are motivated to teach your kids entrepreneurship. Thank you for watching. If you have any comments, please leave them below. I'd love to hear about some of the ventures that your kids have started in the past or are looking forward to starting with you. Please like and subscribe. That helps me a lot, and I'll see you next time.